Are we live? Okay, 3, 2, 1. Good morning. This is Bob Rowan bringing you some exciting action here. New Zealand playing Lakeshore. Lakeshore unbeaten, New Zealand having lost the game. And we are off to a start, New Zealand with the first points. And we are ready for some exciting action. Joining me will be Joe Soros. Morning, Joe.
I got a debrief at 10:45, but I can stay here until 10:45.
Okay, we have Joe Soros here joining us in action. This is Bob Rowan. You're on xable.com, and we're here for Lakeshore. And here goes Bob Luhano for the first score for Lakeshore. Good morning, Joe. How are you today?
How are you? I tell you, I think the Kiwis have to be hurting a little bit after the 17-point blowout by Texas.
That was a hurt.
That was a big hurt, and it's not going to get any easier with Lakeshore because of Joel Wilbert and Brian Kirkland.
And Bob Luhano, who's been everywhere on the court.
Absolutely.
But I think there'll be some concussions out there today, and it looks like we almost had one there.
Oh, nice play by Jai, blocking off his man. You can see the Kiwis usually...
reaching in there.
Reaching in by Kirkland.
No ball, but
no foul.
So here we go. Let's do the lineup here. We have number 13 on New Zealand, Dan Buckingham, who's their 3.0. Number 5, Jay White, he's their 1-pointer. And number 7, Tim Johnson is a 2-pointer, and the other is
Tim Johnson.
And number Jerry Tinker.
Tim Johnson and Jerry Tinker, yes.
Yes, that's the lineup for New Zealand. And of course you see the Joe Wilmot, Brian Kirkland bashes mixed in with Bob Luhano and Eddie Crouch. With time running out, New Zealand calls a timeout and use their first timeout in almost the first minute of the game. And they, in order to keep control of the ball and not give up a turnover early on.
Rob, the reason they called the timeout is that they get now 15 seconds to score the goal because it was down to 1 second, and it was obvious that they were not going to score. So they saved the possession by calling the timeout, and now they've got 15 seconds to try to get that goal again.
The important part of this game is to use your timeouts wisely and not to give up turnovers when you can. But as we've seen, there's been teams that have run out of timeouts yesterday, and boy, that can hurt them when they needed to call possession. I think we even had a timeout called earlier in the game with New Zealand. They didn't have a timeout to call. They lost possession.
Absolutely.
They called the timeout. They didn't exist.
Absolutely. It causes a lot more pressure for that squad to have to break the press because they know they cannot use the timeout to save any possession.
Here we go. Let's see what the Lakeshore is set up in the key defense. On the ends are Eddie Crouch and Joe Wilmuth, and right in the middle, Bob and Brian are trying to block some of the inbound players. They're going to give it to Dan, and let's see what happens here. Tim Johnson with the ball, looking for a hole. Eddie Crouch tries to block him, it doesn't, and they score, and it's 2-1 New Zealand. So, I don't know, Texas was crowing about beating 3 international teams yesterday, and I think that the Lakeshore, which is unbeaten, they don't want to be the one to lose to.
Oh, absolutely not. And they've got a lot of power. Right there, that was evidence of that power, Joel Wilmot.
What a score with him. He came in and bashed his way in. When you see Joel standing up, I mean, which is kind of an unusual thing in this game.
Absolutely, but Joel has not been classified internationally, so he might not be able to play in Beijing.
Will that affect his play in club play? If they classify him?
No, because as long as he's 3-5 in the U.S., he'll still be able to play for Lakeshore.
Okay. So he's become a big part. I mean, for an 18-year-old, he's become a big part. The score is 3-2 New Zealand with 5 minutes and 57 seconds left. Oh, look at that.
Oh, turnover.
A turnover. Joel threw it up in the air. Brian could not get his hand on it. You don't see that too often.
Well, they pressured and they turned him around to take away his vision, and that's what caused the turnover.
All right, we have a little stoppage of play here. Let's see what's going on.
The clock. They had to reset the clock because New Zealand stole the ball. The 40-second clock.
That's an important part of it. You need the clock with you.
Of course, Rob, you know at Beijing we will not be using a 40-second clock. So, but this is why teams are under pressure here.
Explain the difference while we have a second between
the difference is that you could take all 8 minutes to score the goal if you wanted to. We're here, you got to score every 40. If you don't score from the time the ball is inbounded, from the time the ball is touched, then it's a violation, 40 seconds, just like 24 seconds in the NBA.
Well, you know what? It seemed like a good rule that the U.S. Has put in state. Look at this. Number 7 forces way past Eddie Crouch, Tim Johnson for another goal, and they capitalized on that turnover. It's 4-2.
And that's the second goal that Tim Johnson has scored that way.
Eddie's not closing the door.
He's going here. He's going here. There's no way he's going to be able to get him. In the open court, Joe has just too much function. Too much function. It's like playing against an able-body. Yeah. He's got all the tools, and he has learned to really catch that ball well and throw it without the full use of hands.
Yeah. Well, you know, not only an able-body, but a well-conditioned able-body.
Absolutely.
In the backcourt, you're seeing some pressure here from Lakeshore, but not enough to stop the ball. Tim controlling the ball here.
Now Lakeshore will have an opportunity to get back in the key because they stopped him, and the Kiwis have 24 seconds to score here.
So there, and Dan Buckingham looking for a hold. Has to go back out, circle a little bit, look for some space. Eddie Crouch again, trying to block him. Eddie is blocked him in. Nice pass there.
Nice seal by Jerry Tinker. Gave Tim Johnson the space to score the goal.
And it kept the focus on the left side and then opened that door open.
On the right, yes.
Okay, we have a equipment problem here. But Joe, you're excited that you guys are going to be playing Canada there for that game? Or you guys came back in there?
Well, we came in as the 6th and 9th seed, and the worst we could do is 6th and 8th with split squads, and it's more about developing for us.
Bob Lojano and
on a breakaway from Brian Kirkland, on a pass from Brian Kirkland.
You see, Bob has such great use of his arms there, the way that he does that, pulls that ball in.
Well, absolutely.
It's very effective. I've seen him at knock and roll be the scorer for one game, so you just can't count him out.
No, absolutely not. And he's a very hard worker too.
Oh, look at that hit. That was something there. Joe Wimoth hitting Tim Johnson there. Boy, Joe loves to hit. Tim trying to find a way across. Time. Oh,
right at 15.
Close.
Right at 15, they got the ball over. Another half a second, it would have been a turnover.
Another big hit by Joe. Tim under a little pressure here with Brian all over him.
I tell you, Rob, when you're playing out there against Lakeshore, sometimes it feels like it's 6-on-4. Because they recover.
With
they
6
recover
seconds
really
left,
well.
nice pass to Tim Johnson for a score. Yeah, it's the speed and the hits, the jarring hits. Another long pass to Joe Wimoth, and that's going to be an easy score. Dan Buckingham doesn't even try to intercept that. They might have a technical foul if they keep that up, so we have to be careful.
The referee should have given him a warning on that, not to bounce the ball high over him.
Yeah, and he's not a small guy, though, I have to say. The other ref, Darrell's bigger. There we go. Across goes to him.
Good pick by Jai. Really good pick.
That's what
Tim Johnson. Absolutely. He's doing his job like textbook.
Look at the pressure that they're doing. They're all swarming all over the place. Lakeshore has shown some tough defense in this tournament. By the way, the score is 6-5. New Zealand has the ball. Chance to go up with 13 seconds left, and they squeeze through. And it's 7-5.
New Zealand seems, you can't go before you have it, Bob. One of the cardinal rules is you have to make sure you've got the ball before you can take off.
Yeah.
Brian premature started pushing without having the ball.
I'll tell you what, New Zealand has come out here with some real energy, and then of course Lakeshore has made some key turnovers right here early. But this game's long way
from us, especially with the 40-second shot clock. He cannot play keep away, he cannot kill the time, which means a lot more possessions for both sides.
Okay,
I think
in
New Zealand
the corner, tough place here for New Zealand. Tough place for them. We're pressured by Bob Lojano. Kirkland there trying to keep. Now, Dan gives it to a low pointer, Jay. Can he find a hole? No, he did. Gives it to Buckingham looking for a hole. Got plenty of time.
Oh, nice
low
to
pointer. Jai White.
Jai is the whole package as a low pointer. Does his job very well.
I see that. Well, 8-5, and you know that New Zealand, after being beaten, are reaching in.
Reach on Buckingham.
Yeah. You don't want to reach in on this part. You want to. If you're going to reach in on the other side. You want to still have a chance to use up that clock and make them have to force themselves over in 15 seconds.
Absolutely.
And he's not happy with himself, and you can tell. Long pass.
He knows he bailed him out on that reach.
Yes, he did. 8-6. Lakeshore down by 2. Let's see what New Zealand does.
Tim Johnson has just called for the inbound. He seems to be having a lot of problems with his elbow pads. He keeps on adjusting them, which is not a good thing because you got to focus on the opposition, not on your own equipment.
All right. Into Dan, there's a lot of pressure. Look how they blocked him in. They got to get out of there. They only have 3 seconds.
Brian is sealing him really well.
And he's only got a few seconds. He better pass it soon. Oh, look at that.
Oh, Brian's got this.
Big hit there.
15 seconds.
They used it up.
And that was a correct count by Darren Roberts, the referee.
Yes,
15 seconds spot on.
He was counting, wondering if he was going to be able to do it. So when you head off, you're going to come back?
I'm going to head off at 10:45. I've got a couple of team debriefs, and I'll be right back, my friend.
You got it.
Okay. Cheers.
Joe Soares will be right back with us for more of this exciting action. Remember, you're on X-Able, and we just saw a turnover, going the other way. As we've often said, one turnover seems to breed another, and boy, Lakeshore would have loved to have had that point back and brought it within 1. Bob Lojano with a rear, couldn't pull it in, but it was a low pass by Kirkland. But these guys play at such a high intensity level. Mistakes are going to be made. This is the best of the best. You have the top teams here. Long pass. Bob Lojano racing to get there. And boy, the pressure is on. And another turnover from New Zealand as Jerry Tinker could not pull that ball in. Off his chair, out of bounds. And now Lakeshore again has an opportunity to bring it back within 1. Let's see if Lakeshore can capitalize on this mistake. Into Kirkland from Lojano. Kirkland tied in there by 3 players through Joel. Joe's off to the races, and that's a good score on its way. What can you say about Joe Wilmer when he gets going? Now it's an 8-7 game. We're seeing some real exciting action here. You remember, you're on xable.com. Rob Rowan, our cameraman, Anderson Carboni. On a long pass to Tinker, score, New Zealand. Back to 2. If you're watching and you're trying to figure it out sometimes, it's tough to get these games uploaded, so we work hard at this project. There's another score with Wilmouth, and we're back to 1. We welcome you to join our community at X-Able. We have so much more information out there besides sports, but we do love this quad rugby. Nice pass there to Johnson. Johnson got to get across. He's got about 7 seconds. There he goes, and he's over. It's 2-on-1. Oh boy, Sled's in there. Joel comes in there and he makes sure that Tinker doesn't move. Blasts him. He's having too much fun out there. That's the problem with Joel. Just too much fun. We have a jump ball here. New Zealand with some pressure on Bob Lojano. I think that was Dan who finally got his way with a jump, with a ridge in. It was a jump ball. So that's ball goes to Lakeshore this time. And remember, next time possession is going to go to New Zealand. Into Kirkland. Kirkland going down, and he's got no one with him. He's going to coast to coast. And there's the score. Back to 1. Tim Johnson bringing the ball in. Dan Buckingham being covered by Crouch and by Kirkland. In comes the low pointer, Jay White, and he gives it to White. Back to Johnson. Nice give and go to Buckingham. Nice pass in there from New Zealand. It's a 2-on-1. Long pass to Tinker, and he scores. 11-9. is a turnover? Yes, it is. Out of Joel's hands. He could not get a hold of it. And New Zealand gets a chance again to take it back to possession there. Actually, they'll get it up to 3. They score. Let's see what happens here. We're in a little bit of a mess here. Buckingham with pressure. With pressure being forced back. Passes it to Tinker. Tinker with the ball. They've got time, but boy, look at that. He finally finds an open man. Joel comes in and gives him a welcome tap. Buckingham, they still hasn't been able to penetrate too far. Time's running out. Buckingham in traffic. Can he find a hole? No. What do we have here, the call on that? They did not score, I don't think. I think that was such good defense by Lakeshore that they still have the ball with 15 seconds. But boy, that was a good use of a timeout. So New Zealand with 14 left on the time clock of the first period. And there it goes. Then they score. They've got 3 on the shot clock. The pass. They get it. It leaves 2.3 with possession for Brian Kirkland just holds onto the ball. And at the end of the first period, 12-9, New Zealand with a 3-point advantage. This is Rob Rowland at xable.com. Taking a break here until the second period. Just seeing an exciting game, and it is not over. Thank you.